So it's about 7:40, meaning that in about 30 hours and 20 minutes, I should be in Nashville, Tennessee. And yes, that does mean I arrived there at 2 a.m. Looks like my bus is here. So yes, I'm starting out with an OurBus, despite the fact that most of my trip will be on Greyhound. But the reasoning for this is that from Philly to Nashville, it's over $100. From Baltimore to Nashville, it's like 40. So I'm taking an OurBus to Baltimore because that was the cheapest way to get there, and I figured might as well try OurBus. So far, right on time, quite early in fact, and free water that has this nice branding on it, so overall pretty good start. Also legroom, not the best, but I think that really depends on whichever bus OurBus happens to charter for the trip. OurBus is very weird. Advantages to OurBus. Cheap fare, arrived on time pretty much, free water, that was nice. Disadvantages of OurBus. This is where you get dropped off. Oh man, the mall's closed too. It works. Anyway, White Marsh Park and Ride, where Megabus boards and where my bus to Baltimore boards. Got off at Johns Hopkins Medical Center, or hospital or whatever. During my brief time here, I want to take a ride on the metro because I love this thing. It's so funny and tiny. I was going to take the light rail to the bus station, or at least closer to the bus station, but I remembered that it's a Sunday night and the light rail stops running at 9 p.m. on Sunday nights, so I'll be walking instead. Finally made it. So it'll be a 1:05 departure to Pittsburgh, which, yes, I know is roundabout, but that's just how the itinerary worked out. Right on time, and now bedtime. Pittsburgh, about 5:52. I've got an hour here, so I'm just walking. I may try to ride the Monongahela incline because when we were here, when my family was here, that was closed, so I couldn't do it. I don't know if I have time for that, but it might be worth trying. I'm not sure. We'll see.
East Carson and Station Square.
I'm going for it. Get it to myself, nice and early in the morning, no one's on it yet. Pittsburgh is such a beautiful city, and this thing is so amazing. Even if I miss my connecting bus, which is definitely a possibility given this really ill-advised decision to ride this. At least I got this view. Alright, we're already off. It's been like, it was like a 10-second layover, now we're off. I thought it was every 15 minutes, so this is actually fine. I think I'll be able to make it back with plenty of time, knock on actual wood. And now in the span of like 20 minutes, we've been on all 3 modes that Pittsburgh offers. Bus, incline, light rail. What a... I was not expecting this to go as well as it has.
Or vibrate mode, so as not to disturb fellow passengers around you. Sí se permite utilizar dispositivos de escucha cuando utiliza.
So we're going to be on this bus for about 8 hours, taking this to Dayton, Ohio, where we'll have a about 5.5-hour layover until our next bus. Now any transit enthusiasts out there will know why I picked this specific itinerary that involves that layover in Dayton. For the rest of you will have to find out when we get there. Also, this is my first Greyhound bus with a reboarding ticket. I guess I'm going far enough west to have to deal with this, so when we get to Columbus we'll have to use this to get back on, because we get a long way over in Columbus where they kick us all off. Got to Columbus half an hour early, so that gives me a full 2.5 hours to explore the city, I guess. Heck, I've never been to Ohio. Let's check it out. It's a decent state house. So I caught Coda's downtown shuttle thing,
Highest state capital.
which is called the C Bus, not to be confused with the C Max, which is their BRT thing. But this one's free, so I figured I'd at least take a ride on this. I took it to the German village because it looked really nice on Google Maps. I think I might need to find another street, but this is definitely not it. If you ever end up in Columbus, the book loft's a good place to go. I'm walking back to the Greyhound station because I just missed a C bus. If one comes, I'll just hop on it because it's free, so I can just do that, which is nice. I love Columbus. It's really, I want to come back here like as a tourist. No, I'm already a tourist, but like for a longer time. It has a lot of cool neighborhoods. I didn't really get to see that much, so like I want to come back and explore them more. The C bus is a great way to get around them for free. Coda seems like a good system in general, and it's just a cool city. Frankly, I couldn't have asked for a better 2 hours to spend here. 2.5 hours, even though it's really raining. I think it's gonna be like this for the rest of the trip. All right, rain got a little intense there at the end, but we made it back with like about 8 minutes to spare until the 20-minute boarding. So. I guess the Springfield, Ohio stop is in front of what appeared to be a drive-through liquor store. Wonderful. This is not where Google Maps said the bus stop was. This is, okay, my plan might not work then. This is Dayton, I guess. Although definitely not where I was expecting it to to be. Oh, there's a station. So I guess Greyhound has like a dumpy little Dayton station. Google Maps shows it, I'm pretty sure, as being like at the Dayton RTA bus terminal. But luckily it's pretty close, so I'm walking there now. Well, these wires are trackless trolley wires. That's supposed to be a trackless trolley. That's why I was excited to come to Dayton. Looks like this particular bus is running diesel today. Hopefully I get a trackless trolley experience. Apparently I chose a bad time to come to Dayton because they're doing wire work downtown, which affects every single trolley line, except the 4 apparently. See, but without trackless trolley, this is just a generic, bad, small city bus system. Way to tease me putting the trackless trolley 8 on the day pass. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, good. So we won't go out of here trackless trolleyless. Let's do this.
Okay, I'll see you.
This thing is so quiet. It's just so weird that trackless trolleys come out here. It's amazing. This is like a trackless trolley mall deviation. I mean, I assume the hub is back here, but still, we're going through a mall parking lot in a trackless trolley. This is like. This is the Northwest Hub. It's worth noting too that that's a new trackless trolley. Like Dayton bought new trackless trolleys, which you don't see a lot of American agencies doing. So it's really great to see Dayton doing that. But the funny thing is that like the 4s, like basically all of their trackless trolley routes, including the 4, none of their routes are actually good. They don't have any frequent routes. The 4 is like every half hour-ish during the day. So it's just like, they just happen to have trackless trolleys, which is really cool. But like I said, without the trackless trolleys, it's just a generic, bad, small city bus system. But man, that bus was nice. That was awesome. Oh, found an old trolley on the 5. I don't know if this is in service or not, but what a cool bus. Wow, this thing is old school. It's high floor. The back door's way in the back, and I assume there's a wheelchair lift here or in the front. Oh my gosh, the thing's cool. Wow. I wasn't expecting to get one of these. It's running on the 5, which is a once a day route. And I guess they're gonna push it because it can't get through the construction. Okay, truck's ready to push us. Oh, here we go. Damn. It's not every day I can say I've been pushed in a Dayton trackless trolley by a truck. Now the doors won't work. All the power's off. So apparently, those old Skoda buses, this is like apparently the last day they're gonna be in service. And I inexplicably managed to be like one of the last people ever to ride one in service, apparently. And apparently they hadn't been on the 5 in like 4 years or something. So really, I inexplicably stepped into history here. The reason I'm running is because of another Skoda. They basically ran out of diesel buses tonight. And so they had to pull out these old buses, these old trolleys. And there's apparently one, the very, very last one, because that one's trash. It's done. the very, very last one is going to be a trip on the 4 in a few minutes. So this one conked out too. Both Skodas in service right now conked out. That is at the same time. So yeah, they're done. That is crazy. Wow, so it's been quite an evening here in Dayton. After all the trolley fun, I'm now just on a regular diesel, heading back up toward the Greyhound terminal. But man, this could not have been more interesting and amazing. I'm so glad I got to witness all of this. Back at the Northwest Hub. Yeah, so from here to Greyhound, straight to Nashville. Although there will be like at least one layover, possibly 2. Cincinnati. Louisville. 30 and a half hours later, we've made it to Nashville. And I'm so tired. It's 2:26 a.m. We've entered Central Time, so it's actually 3:26 a.m. But here it's 2:26 a.m. And yeah, I'm gonna try to sleep here, because what the heck else am I gonna do right now? It's impossible to sleep in this noisy terminal, so I'm working on a final project instead. Look, Mom, I'm productive. So it seems like the high from Dayton has sunk to a low with the miserable weather, first of all, but also the fact that my whole plan has gone to crap. So I was originally going to take the Music City Star, which is Nashville's commuter rail line and the least used commuter rail system in the country, take that to Lebanon, Tennessee, and then take the whatever, who cares, back from there to Nashville. And it's a whole ordeal to call them. Alright, I'm about to call the MCHRA to schedule my ride from Lebanon to Nashville. I previously tried to call them, and they said that their computer froze and they couldn't make a profile for me. So I'm going to call them again.
Thank you for calling Cumberland Transportation. Your call may be monitored for quality assurance.
Hi, I'd like to schedule a ride from Lebanon to Nashville. I'm not staying anywhere, I'm just coming for the day. I can't just wait outside of an... For the full context, I'm really interested in public transportation, so I'm coming into Nashville in the morning on a Greyhound bus. I'm taking the train to Lebanon. What? No, I know. So I'm taking the train to Lebanon because I want to ride the train, and then I found your website as a way to get from Lebanon back to Nashville. Sure. Hi, I'd like to schedule a trip from Lebanon to Nashville. I'm taking the train out from Nashville. Taylor. Taylor. Caucasian. Bye. Oh, only took 13 minutes to schedule a fairly simple ride. And then, ultimately, they changed the time to the pickup time to be 8 a.m., which is an hour and a half before what I requested. And I can't do that, obviously, because the train doesn't get out there early enough.
Miles Taylor, your trip tomorrow from 110 North Cumberland Street to 709 Fifth Avenue South is scheduled for pickup at 8 a.m.
and I'm not spending the day out in Lebanon. So what I'm thinking of doing is going to Lebanon, and then apparently you can book Uber rides on a PC or on any computer. Because I don't have a smartphone, so I can't do the app, but apparently I can do it on here. So I'm gonna be spending a ton of money on an Uber. I'm not spending the day in Lebanon. That's just, nope. All right, here's the train station. Lots of buses, no train yet. This machine doesn't like my card. It Pac-Mans when it rejects it. God, this thing's a wreck. It's so rusty, jeez. These are leased from Chicago, so it makes sense. But they probably gave them their worst cars. Jeez. And here come all the rush hour commuters. There are actually a lot of people on that train. I think it only is the least used commuter rail line because the schedule is so anemic. We're moving. I have not seen a soul, no conductor, no other passengers. It is just me. But we did leave right on time. I hope that we make every stop and don't just like go to the yard or something. Update, a conductor came through, charged my fare. This is a real trip, luckily. And a nice view of the river. Welcome to historic downtown Lebanon. Yeah, sure seems historic. That was actually a really, oh, okay. You taking off? Oh yeah, it's off. Well, good thing I got off before both doors opened. Yeah, that was actually a really fun ride. A lot of like farmland and like little rivers, like log cabins, just little dirt roads, like really, really cool rural scenery. I was the only one on the train. It was just me, and we would just come to each stops and like stop and then just go again. Like they wouldn't even open the doors. I don't know where that thing's going. There must be like a yard or something past there. But yeah, it's such a weird line. Like it seems to get people in the peak direction, but I don't know why they run these reverse peak trips. This isn't actually the worst downtown. There are some shops, a lot of closed forever ones, but there are a few shops too that are actually interesting. I love the cute little log cabin and then just the Burger King behind it. That was a real Nashville Uber experience. The guy told me like, oh, come sit up in the front. I was like, okay. He had a southern accent so thick I could barely understand what he was saying half the time. And we were playing country music on the radio. Yeah, just a grand old Uber time. Yeah, so now we're at the bus stop, and the 6 should be coming from here. Now go to Nashville. So I took the Uber here because this is the closest local bus stop to Lebanon. Also, at one point along the ride, we saw an MCRHA van, HRA, whatever. And that just made me really mad because it reminded me that they suck. This is one heck of a central bus terminal. So now I'm a tourist in Nashville for the rest of the day. So what follows is a montage of the stuff that I did. Greek architecture, buses. State capitals, 2 in 2 days, not bad. Buses. A fantastic record shop. Southern food. Buses. Musicality. Buses. Skyline views. Live music everywhere. More live music everywhere. There's a lot of live music in Nashville. It's a Tuesday night. What is this like on a Friday night? It must be amazing. And for good measure, buses. So, with all said and done, thoughts on Nashville? Well, it's really grown on me over the past, like, 2 hours. For one thing, the Musician Hall of Fame museum was amazing. It was really, really cool. A lot of awesome memorabilia. And I'm sure if you like country music, the Country Music Hall of Fame is awesome too. So the music stuff here is just fantastic. And also just at night, it really comes alive. There's so much live music. I'm sure it must be really fun to bar hop and just see various people performing. But like, I feel like as far as neighborhoods go, once you leave downtown, it gets very car-oriented and sort of hard to walk around, and the buildings aren't very, like, the architecture slash businesses don't seem particularly interesting. I might have gone to the wrong areas, but like, the supposedly vibrant West End I didn't think was too exciting. Just car dealerships, stuff like that. But downtown's really cool, and there's a lot of great museums and a fantastic music scene. And I think the bus system's really good too. It has a lot of, a decent amount of frequent routes, at least on weekdays. I think they've redesigned their system recently, which is why it's pretty oriented around these frequent routes. And they run a good service, especially given the ridership frequency that high. But anyway, given the great lengths I took to get here, how am I getting home? Well, it's time for another installment of Cheapest Way. What's the cheapest way from Nashville to Philadelphia? It's Frontier Airlines. The flight costs $14.32. And that is ridiculous. Giant ground transportation area. No carry-on allowed. They're not fooling around. This is debatably better legroom than OurBus. This is insane. I was not expecting to be this comfortable. So the flight only took about an hour and a half, maybe less. We arrived like 20 minutes earlier than anticipated. I slept like a baby the whole time. Also the fact that it took an hour and a half when like it took 30 hours to get there on the bus, but oh well. No, that was great. I think I am a Frontier convert now. That was fantastic. I thought the legroom was perfectly suitable. We got there on time. In fact, we got here early, so yeah, go Frontier. And I guess with that, this concludes the video. So I guess in conclusion, Frontier good, MCHRA not so good.